For seafood enthusiasts in South Florida, USA, October not only marks the transition of seasons, but also signals the beginning of a special time of the year, the official start of stone crab harvesting season. This crab species is not only a culinary icon of tropical waters, but also significantly contributes to the local economy, generating millions of dollars in revenue annually. Florida stone crabs primarily inhabit the coastal waters of the Gulf of Mexico, particularly in areas with soft seabeds such as sand, mud, or seagrass beds. They often take shelter in coral reefs and rocky structures. During winter, stone crabs tend to migrate along the Atlantic coast, creating ideal conditions for fishermen to harvest them. On the market, stone crab claws range in price from $40 to $105 per pound at seafood markets in Miami. Due to their high economic value, the stone crab fishery has become a lucrative industry, providing a significant source of income for many local fishermen. The two most common methods for harvesting Florida stone crabs are setting traps and diving to catch them directly. Among these, trap fishing is considered the most efficient and is widely used in commercial crab harvesting. Fishermen typically deploy hundreds of traps, each marked with a distinct buoy to prevent collisions with boats. To attract stone crabs, they use bait from decomposing seafood or even pig's feet, a method proven to be highly effective. Thanks to professional harvesting techniques and strict management by the U.S. government, the Florida stone crab industry not only yields substantial profits, but also ensures the sustainable development of the species. A unique aspect of stone crab harvesting is that only the claws are collected, while the live crabs are returned to the ocean. Notably, female crabs carrying eggs must be released immediately to preserve long-term resources. Only mature crabs that meet the standard size requirements are allowed to have their claws harvested, ensuring ecological balance and maintaining population stability. To protect this species, Florida authorities strictly prohibit the use of tools that may cause severe injury, such as sharp knives, clamps, or hooks. When removing the crab's claws, fishermen must perform the process quickly and decisively to avoid damaging the joint. If the crab suffers severe injuries, it may bleed excessively. And be unable to survive once released back into the sea. Although stone crabs have the ability to regenerate their claws, this process does not happen immediately. A crab can regrow its claw in about a year or after a molting cycle, but it may take up to 3 years for the claw to reach a commercially viable size. Notably, older crabs may lose their ability to regenerate claws, further emphasizing the importance of sustainable harvesting practices. Have you ever wondered why only the claws are harvested instead of the entire crab? The reason is simple. The crab's body contains very little meat and has low nutritional value, whereas the claws are meaty, sweet, and rich in nutrients. This biological characteristic has allowed the fishery to develop sustainably, generating economic benefits without depleting natural populations. Stone crab claw harvesting plays a vital role in Florida's economy, not only supporting the livelihoods of fishermen, but also contributing to the growth of seafood processing industries and attracting tourists eager to experience the region's cuisine. Immediately after harvesting, the claws are often boiled on the boat or at seaports to prevent the meat from sticking to the shell. They are then sold fresh or frozen to meet consumer demand. The price of stone crab claws varies depending on their size. And rarity larger claws with more meat always hold greater value. Processing stone crab claws also requires skill. The most common method is boiling them and serving them with a special dipping sauce. When tasting, diners will enjoy the naturally sweet flavor and firm, tender crab, meat distinct from other crab varieties. Since the shells are extremely hard, diners often use specialized tools or gently tap them with a spoon to crack them open more easily. If you ever visit Florida during stone crab season, don't miss the opportunity to indulge in this renowned delicacy and iconic culinary treasure of the tropical coast. Have you ever witnessed a giant crab weighing up to 20 kilograms with your own eyes? If not, let me introduce you to the Tasmanian crabone of the largest crabs in the world. Beyond its impressive size, this species is also among the most luxurious seafood, with individual crabs fetching thousands of dollars. What makes this crab so special, and how challenging is the process of catching it? Let's find out. The Tasmanian giant crab is primarily found in the southern waters of Australia, ranging from central to southern Western Australia, including Tasmania. These crabs inhabit depths of 140 to 400 meters, preferring rugged seabed terrains with plenty of crevices and hiding spots. Due to their relatively low population density in the wild, the Australian government enforces strict regulations to protect and sustain their numbers. One of the key factors contributing to the Tasmanian crab's high value is its slow growth rate. It takes years for these crabs to reach the optimal size for harvesting, and their population does not regenerate as quickly as other crab species. As a result, the annual harvest is limited, further increasing their scarcity in the market. Catching Tasmanian crabs is no easy task. Only licensed commercial fishermen are permitted to harvest them, and each vessel is subject to annual quota restrictions. Australian law also mandates a minimum size requirement. Only crabs with a carapace width of at least 15 centimeters can be kept, while females and undersized crabs must be released back into the ocean to ensure the sustainability of the species. Fishermen use specialized traps to catch Tasmanian crabs. These traps are constructed with a steel frame covered in mesh. Designed to withstand the pressure of deep-sea environments. Bait, typically fish, is used to lure the crabs inside. The traps are left submerged for 24 to 48 hours before being retrieved using hydraulic winches. Given the crab's large size and weight, the harvesting process requires skilled techniques and specialized equipment. Once brought aboard, the crabs are carefully inspected and sorted. Those meeting the size and quality standards are retained for export, while those that do not qualify are returned to the sea. To preserve their freshness, Tasmanian crabs are kept alive in chilled seawater tanks. Before being transported to processing facilities or international markets. Tasmanian crabs are not only among the largest crabs in the world, but also one of the most expensive seafood delicacies. With an annual harvest of just about 20.7 tons, their total commercial value can reach up to $2 million. These giant crabs are particularly sought after in China, Hong Kong, and various other Asian countries, where they are frequently featured on the menus of high-end restaurants. Gourmets highly appreciate Tasmanian crabs for their sweet, tender meat and distinctive flavor. Due to their limited availability, demand consistently exceeds supply despite their high price. This has cemented their status as a symbol of luxury and exclusivity in the culinary world. Although Tasmanian crabs bring significant economic value, they face major conservation challenges. They have a slow growth rate, and the pressure from fishing activities poses a serious threat to their population. The Australian government has implemented sustainable fishing regulations, requiring fishermen to strictly adhere to quotas and size standards during harvesting. Additionally, management measures such as limiting fishing permits, establishing conservation zones, and monitoring crab populations have been put in place to maintain ecological balance. These efforts not only help protect natural resources, but also ensure the long-term sustainability of the Tasmanian crab industry. The Tasmanian giant crab is more than just a costly delicacy. It is a symbol of rarity and ecological significance. With strict harvesting protocols and strong conservation efforts, this species continues to hold its prestigious position in the global seafood market. If you ever have the opportunity to indulge in this premium crab, remember that behind each one lies the hard work of dedicated fishermen and stringent conservation policies aimed at preserving this extraordinary species for future generations.